Oh gosh. Why is Diddy still on the news? Like what? People just move on. Like he should definitely get what everything that is coming to him. But I'm tired of seeing people just spamming the same news. Oh gosh. Alright, concentrate. Okay, we are going to do this all over again. All over again. Sheesh. Class ETL. You know what? I'm going to try hard mode difficulty a little bit now this time. Because what doesn't make sense is anytime that we try to oh goodness. Dude, what was the shortcut? The heck? Control Alt Shift insert. That doesn't make sense. The reason why I'm using a text editor is so I don't get handheld by the code editor. So we're going to create this class ETL. Then what do we want to do from here? See? But I don't have the edits, it's different. class, I think it's internet. Let's say self. Let's pass in the clients into this class. This one way, and then self.client. I'm going to be self-referencing this a lot, so I should probably do it that way. Hopefully clients is the same case. Okay, that's good. Should I try and be more explicit? So instead of doing like a list comprehension, which we can easily do here, does it make sense to do E equals to a list and say for C and self the client, we want to say E dot append the client based on the if condition, if C in city equals to city, and we'll go ahead and append, and we return E. So we need to add the city here too as well, because this makes it a little bit harder than having this editor, which is nice. Like this will auto complete stuff for us if I do def. You see all the colors and all that. So just want to not be handheld by this IDE instead. We'll do it this way. Who are you calling a nerd? Oh, yo, what's good, Red? What's good, twin? How y'all living? I'm just trying to do my part, my own homework. Now, the funny thing is in college, when you're in the education system, you have to do the assignments so that the tuition is worth it. And then when you leave, you realize it's the opposite. You get paid for what you've learned, right? But then you realize if you don't keep learning, then your job is sort of at risk. And I feel I need to start doing more specific types of study streams and breaking things down, even if you guys don't understand. If I'm able to explain what I'm doing to you guys, that's like a little bit of progress, you know? But how y'all living though? Because if you can explain this to a 6-year-old, then that's a good measure of how much you're able to understand what you're doing, or to share it as well. It's 1 hour. Self-load. Okay, so now we've extracted all the names from the city, we've appended it onto here. We're now going to load, extract, transform. That's what we need to do, transform. So the transform step should be something simple. It's going to take in self, it's going to take in extracted, we'll just say that's the explicit, extracted clients, that's an argument. This is like basic computer science, you know, if I had to explain it. Good, what's the deets though? What's the deets? What's good? So for the transform step, what did we want to do here? We wanted to create a tuple, right? The list of dictionaries. Create tuple of age and name for clients. I believe that is the case. So if that's the case, this is an empty tuple. I want to iterate again for en extracted. Yo, what's good, Gigi? How you living? How's that Kurapika painting from Twin? Is it almost ready? Is it almost ready, bro? What did I want to do from here? T. How do we assign? Oh, it's a list of tuples. Okay. It's a list of tuples. So t dot append. That's what we want to do here instead. The sorting is the odd part, because how do you do that without lambda? Or should I explicitly create the function and then call it if we don't use the lambda function? For E and extracted client, what should I add here? We want to, so a tuple is just like a pair, right? So we want to get the age, but it's E.age, because E is where the extracted clients are. We also want to extract the, so age, it's age and it's also name, okay? Age and name. I should probably define this first because this would make sense. Because right now I'm sort of black box coding because I know what the data should look like. So I should start with the data structure, then reverse engineer how the program or the algorithm should be made. Then return t. But it's not sorted, because if you wanted this sorted, we need to call the sorted class. Pass in our list, pass in the key of how we want to sort it by, and now say that it's a lambda function that takes in a value of x. And x should be the first element, which is age. So it's going to sort this by age. That's going to be the age here for 0. This index 0, this index 1. And my mistake is I did not close this out. There we go. So that should be alright. What's going on? L friend, you had to restart? Hey, let him cook. Let him cook. To do something my friend scribbled over. Damn, what kind of friend is that? What kind of friend is that? That's no friend, it's a monster. And you know what we do to monsters? We throw a flip-flop at their back. So now load is the last part. This should be what? Transform clients, right? And with that, what's a transform client? Transform client is supposed to do what? I don't even think that's how we put comments in Python. It's just a single, this way, right? Yeah. So with load, we're supposed to group by dictionary. Key value pair of dictionaries, right? So I didn't spell transform properly. Transformed. There we go. Where's the R? See, this is why it's better to do it in a code editor, because that way I really get to test if I'm coding properly. And we'll see how many syntax errors I've made. What is this after this? For T in transform clients. The high level way is we need to create a key value pair, right? So we're just going to create the dictionary of the clients. So I'll just say, let's call it clients map equals to an empty dictionary. And we need to check if we've traversed this before. So if I'll check chat in a moment. I should time myself, shoot. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. How long did it take you? Dang! Man damn. I'll check chat after. Let me get this function done. See how much I messed up. If what is transform client is a tuple. So this is actually what, an age? Oh, I just need to reference it by the structure, right? I think it's age, comma. We said age and name. So this should be age and name. We need to check if age is inside the client's if age already exists, so if it's inside our client map, or better, we can say if age is not yet inside our client map, which means this is the first iteration, or first time we're coming across a group of clients with this age, then we want to call our client map. So client map age is equals to, what should the key be? It should be the list of all the names. So we're just initializing it right now. And afterwards, after initialization, regardless, what we should do is then append, because we know it's a list, append the name. Return client's map. Alright. And now we need to call this function, right? And start declaring our dictionary of what the client is. So if name equals to main, so if this module, the current one, then I want to go ahead, let's define our clients. That's going to be a list, certain people. Let's say a client is Shaq and Gigi. Shoot. Does it work now? Okay. The key value pair. This should be a list of dictionaries, right? ID 0. Say name. GG. I'm going to put 20 and up just because that's more realistic to a situation. Actually, if you have an ice cream business and you're keeping a list of that, you could have younger. Yeah, I guess so. That's fine. How old are you, Gigi? 14? 12? This thing buzzing out. Name, age, city. Let's use a different city. Let's say you're in I don't know. Let's say you're in Texas. I'm defining the values before the actual thing. Let's say we have Joe as well. So Gigi and Joeski. And we'll have Shaq here. Okay, bet. 15 is a good age. Lots of memories playing games with friends. Let's say Shaq. Let's say Shaq is in... what's his state? I barely think about. Atlanta. These are on close quotes. Let's say Shaq is, I don't know, 18. Okay, so if we have our clients now, about to start business, so we're going to call ETL process, which is the name of our code, the name of our class, because this class has the blueprints to create the object. And we're going to pass in clients. So the whole point of this is supposed to extract all the people from Texas. We have ETL. Wait, yeah, that's ETL. Yeah, ETL extract. In extract, we're going to pass in the city to be Texas. So even though we know Shaq is in there, at the end of this result, we should have Gigi and Joski, because they're from Texas, extracted from this client, confirming our ETL process where we extracted all clients that come from Texas and we sorted them by age and grouped them by age as well, age and name. So we'll just call E for extract, and then extract transform. The transform step we know is what did our tuple of the age and the name of all these people. Copy this, paste this, extract transform. Oh, this right? This spelled right? No, it's not. I have to use the right name. Transform. Typo. And then lastly we have load. The L. Well, transform is supposed to take in the extracted values, everyone from Texas, and load is supposed to take in the transformed values because it goes in that order. Then now we just need to print these at each level. So I'll just say print F. This is transform. This is what it's equals to. T. Duplicate that. Do the same thing for load, which should be L. Then lastly, extract. Which should be E. So that's good there. Load should be right underneath after the assignment. And this should be transformed right after as well. Alright, we can test this out. Let's go into Proofreader real quick. That IIT self is clients. Self of clients equals to that. We have a city argument. Our extract function for C and self of clients is closed. If c.city is equal to the city, yeah, I want to append. Okay, good. And then return that. Okay, that looks good to me. Extract clients. Create tuple. T for each client and extracted clients. What are we doing? T.append. So that's our list, yeah. Yep. Append the age and the name, and then sorted. Should sort this by age because our lambda function is taking the argument of the age. But we messed up. That's why it's good to proofread, like you're rewriting an essay. We need to close our brackets right there. Well, that would have been a syntax error as well. And def load self-transform clients, we're taking the transform clients of age and name. Clients math is equals to city for age and name, transform clients. Age not in clients map. We're going to initialize it. Then we're going to call it right after to append and then return it. Name, okay, so that's it. Now we're going to test this, finally. Get rid of all this. Also, why isn't my cursor going towards where it's stuck? You know, we're going to run it now. We're running it right now. Hey. Num. My keyboard shortcuts are really annoying. Oh, look at that. We messed up. I messed up something. All these red squiggles are errors. Where's the error coming from? So top is good. The indentation. If name. Oh, I forgot to proofread the actual runtime. So we're missing a quote in Texas here. We're also missing our commas. So we're going to multi-line select. If I hit, is it Alt or Control? And I'll put a comma. One touch. Alright, looks good to go. Run it. Oh, messed up. What did I mess up? List append takes exactly one argument. What did I do? What line is this? Line 21 and 51. I don't know half of these words. I got 11 more days until your birthday. Oh, nice. Let me take a note. Let me take that down. 11 days till buddy's birthday. Okay. Exactly 11. What's that? Is that the 15th? Alright. Hey, on your birthday, I got a special stream for you. So if you want to play, let me know. You also let me know which character you want me to play as, or any sort of highlights you want. Alright, so error. We need to fix this error. T.append age. So there was something wrong in line 20. If we're reading an error stack trace, it's saying there's something wrong around that side, right? So we need to go to line 21. You see the lines here at the left-hand side of the screen? Yeah, so 20, 21, what's 21? So there was something wrong here. All this line means is the issue, this is the engine of the code that runs, right? And it's saying on line 51, your code sucks. My code sucks. So this is where it broke at runtime. And then it's saying specifically this line 51 called line 21. So if we go to line 21, it's saying this is where the problem happened. I don't know what to do here. That's what the system is saying, the program. And why is it confused? It's saying this append object, which is a list, just like an actual list of where you can store different things like names, integers, whatever, only has one argument. So why are you adding two things? So my mistake here is if I want to create a tuple needs to be enclosed inside brackets. And what I did is, let me make this more clear, if it makes sense. So I'll just call this tuple of clients, right? And then you can pass it in as an argument inside here. So I was missing these double quotes. The same thing can be just replaced inside here without an assignment, but that's this should run now. Okay, made progress. So if you see the logs, extract work, right? So at the bottom here, only GG and Joski in chat was selected because they are from Texas, you know? That's what our function here is doing. The extract here, this little thing here, etl.extract. Extract is supposed to filter by city. So we successfully filtered all this list of clients we have. Only the clients from Texas matter, right? So we skip Nana because they are from Texas. And then transform step worked as well. We have a key value pair of the age and the name. You know, 14 GG is the age. Joski 14 as well. And then lastly, something was wrong with the load. And it's saying tuple indices must be integers or slices, not string. Right? So if we go here, what didn't it like? Half of these words. Well, I can break it down. Let me finish this and then I'll try and keep it very simple and explain. What's good, rat? But I should have added rat into the list of clients for this demo too. But something is broken in the loaded function. So this is our load function here, right? And what's happening is it's saying I'm using the data type incorrectly. So you know how you have different things. You can have numbers, you can have strings like text. Let's just stick with those two for now. But it's saying, hey, you're trying to use the wrong type of structure, basically. Something along those lines. Tuple indices are indexes, must be integers or slices. So if we go to this function here, what does that mean? Tuple indices. So we're extracting through each client. That's the extracted clients, right? Tuple clients equals to this. So why doesn't it like that? If that's an assignment. Well, am I? T.append. Tuple indices must be integers or slices. Slices. Not strings. Well, it's not a string, is it? Okay, boys, we're going to look up what does that mean. Because Python is slightly different. So we're going to switch over view. We're going to switch over from our view here. Just create a new tab. Bruh. Let me show you guys how I'm looking this up. So when you receive an error like this is how you actually would look things up. Okay, that's code. Can I enlarge that view? Let me switch over to this tab instead. Switch over to this tab. Switch over to this tab. Open a new tab. We're going to paste this error and look up what it's saying on like Stack Overflow or something like that. I just can't make sense out of it. I think I assigned it incorrectly. There has to be a different assignment for how to do that. Tuple indices must be integers, not strings, okay? Okay. I'm trying to pull data from database, blah, 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 blah. So someone has had a similar problem I've had before. Like error says row is a tuple, so you can't do row pull. You need to use index row instead. Need to use index. Need to use index. Hold on. Oh, wait. Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, they're by index, but that's the assignment of the what's it? How to assign tuple. Python. Sheesh, man. Look at AI right here. Is my screen even showing? Can you guys see this? Not that it might make sense. Okay. Okay, you guys can see it. So AI generated tuple, this, and then this. Another variable equals to my tuple. This is a logical error, man. So why can't it take extracted client to the dictionary? Right. What the heck? If extracted client is a dictionary, why is this having an issue? Tuple indices must be integers or slices, not strings. Okay, I need to print this out. I'm gonna do some debugging. What is E? Like literally, what is E? So I need to see what this is at this point. So that's E. Let's also see what is age and name. And why can't it assign those things? I'm supposed to have switched to studying something else, but I can't let this one go yet in my head. What the heck was that? Oh, the quotes. It doesn't like the quotes. The single quotes. So that's age. And what is name equals to the same thing. Replace with single quotes instead. Ctrl Shift F5. Why did it? Okay. Age 14, named Joski. Yeah, that's right. So why is it being dumb for not wanting that assignment? Your brain hurts? I'll promise. I'll explain after I explain. But I'll put a simpler example. Actually, I can do that right now. Let me just do that right now, so it doesn't hurt as much. So we'll create a new Python file. I don't think I've changed my screen yet. Sandbox v1. Yeah, OBS is still pointing to this thing. Let me switch back to this, right? Okay, so check this. Okay, check this. So we're going to just do 2 plus 2 is equals to 4, right? But I'll break it down slowly. This is how you code things, GG. But right now, this is an empty class, right? Like there's nothing here, right? Think of this program here, this little portion as the engine. You know how you start a car or you turn on a switch? Think of this like a switch, just this one single line, right? And you can say this switch is saying, hey, what do you want me to do, right? And we can say, simply put, what this means line by line is if we're running the current, if you want to run something, what should be underneath me? You don't need to worry about what name and main equals to. It just says, if you're clicking on this and about to hit run, I want to check and make sure that it's going to check and compare basically the module, which is the space that you're in, with what this main function is. So simply put, just think of this like the engine. Like you're about to start the engine of your car. And then now, let's say you want to say something like drive. Print is just a statement. And then right now, basically, I'm telling the instructions of this computer to say drive, right? So it says drive right here. Now this means nothing, right? I'm trying to give an example of abstractions, but basically what was happening is you've just told the computer program to say drive. Like I did not type drive right here. I instructed it to. So that's all programming is. It's just instructions, right? But now if you think about it and you break it down, all these inputs you give physically onto your phone or your system is taken in bytecode of a programming language and to translate that. So you have programming languages that translate things that we understand into what the computer understands, and the computer prints this, right? So the programming language is like an intermediate way for people to communicate with the computer. So I'm trying to super simplify this, right? So this example of anything in quotes is a string most of the time. So in my example of what we're doing earlier, I was saying, hey, we have a bunch of these clients and we only care about the people from Texas here. So we're telling the computer program to filter out all the people from Texas so that it displays that result only, right? We were running into an error and I was trying to debug, like, what does the computer program wants me to do properly? But in a small sense, that's what's going on. So we're just moving from a simple problem like, hey, I'm telling the computer to drive, or I'm telling the computer what is 4 plus 4, right? And if we run this, of course, you know, it should get it right and say 8. But essentially, I'm given instructions in our ETL example to, that's why it's called ETL, extract data from here or information from here. Gigi, Shaq, Joski. I want you to extract information from all these people. Okay, who do you care about? We've told it we only care about the people from Texas. So that's the extract. Okay, it's going to extract all people from Texas. The next thing is transform, which is we want all the people from Texas, but specifically, we don't want all their information. We know they're from Texas, so we want their name and age. So transform is doing that. And then load is supposed to group you, Gigi, and Joski because you're both age 14 from this list, right? So we're going to transform from this state into a different state that's readable. And believe it or not, this is how games, like when you go to My Hero Ultra Rumble and you click on rankings, or you click on your agency and you see sort by most liked or this, is similar instruction that's going on here, right? Like you see I have a function here called sorted. We are sorting everything by the age of the people, right? I don't need to worry about what this lambda function is, but just saying I want to sort by the first element, the first thing that you're giving me, which is age here, because name is the second thing. But it starts from 0, because 0 is the first position. It's not actually 1 to computers, right? In programming, it's 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Anyway, so now, sort of like explaining that, we're going to continue trying to debug what was wrong here. So we did the rest of the other things right. It extracted only people from Texas, Gigi, and Joski. And then the transform step here, right? We only have Gigi and Joski. See how we've gone from like data that looks confusing or not as structured into simpler structured data. So these are all the people from Texas. Yeah, you're getting it right. Okay, there we go. And then the next thing we want to do is we're supposed to group these two because it's like, oh, we know Gigi and Joski are both 14. Why don't we group them together by age and name? So you should have one thing saying, this is the age of your client, these are their names, right? But that step is supposed to be done in the load step, but it's failing because I've tried to program it in a way that it doesn't understand. So now that we've done that recap, I'm going to take a step back and we're trying to look and understand what does this error mean? Because it's saying the data structure, how I'm storing this data, right? This tuple, the type of data structure. And it's supposed to take things in similar to a list, right? But it can't do that right now. Right, this age and name represents basically the same thing right here. 14 and then Gigi. So what I was trying to do here is I was displaying, right, these guys. I was displaying, okay, I want to see what I'm really storing. This E here is the same line as this E for the print. Print is just logging things out, right? And then secondary, this is the next thing that should be printed, right? So actually, this is the print. It's starting from age and name, and then the next thing. I said E, so you can see I said E equals to, print the data, and that's what you see here. Print E is equals to everything, right? And the next line here says print the age and the name. And if you look down here, you'll see the display is age and name, right? So age 14, name Joski. And so I'm looking at this saying it looks like we have the right data. So why can't we just store it in a tuple here? Because it's failing at this line, what did it fail at? Line 22. Well, it failed right there, huh? Tuple must be integers or slices. See, I'm trying to figure out why, because this error is similar to the one we had before. So if it's failing on the print statement, that means I'm doing something wrong. So that's what we want to try and figure out, because E has ID, it has name, Joski. The question now is why though? This seems right. This seems right. It is equals to name is equals to Joski. Okay. So that's transform. We have E again, but I didn't print it the second time. My question is why didn't it print the second time? I'm reading this wrong. Age. Okay, it did. I stand incorrect. Transform. Because that would go in first, and now we have transform, okay? And the next, we have transform again. Wow. So that's a mistake. I see what's wrong. We wanted to call load, but we called transform instead. You see how that was wrong? So we're basically telling it to try and, we're giving it the wrong data type. We just transformed all of this, and we're passing the same thing we just transformed into the same function. So what happens is, that's supposed to be load instead of transform. So what's happening is it's taking in these clients. It's supposed to expect a list, but instead it's a tuple. So what's happening is when we do for E in extracted clients, E is actually just age. And when we try and print, and access things from here, it breaks because it's saying, you're trying to tell me that you want to access your information, but I don't know what age is because I'm a tuple. So this needs to be, if just for demonstration purpose, if I'm right, this needs to be a 0 and this needs to be a 1 because it's a different data type. So now if we run this particular statement should work with indices. Indices are like indexes, right? So these are number-based references into this type of a data structure, which is a tuple. So if we run this, key error 0. I should probably just correct it as the proper type. Oh, there's only one. There's only one. Key error 0. There's no key. Extracted is all this. How do you access? Oh, wait. So we don't access a list the same way we access an integer. How do you access a tuple in Python? When we do it with index, yeah, 0. This tuple. So what in particular did it not like about that? There's no key called 0. Is that what it's saying? Oh no! Oh, this for the first time around. So yeah, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I'm just gonna fix it. I'll fix it. We'll leave this as is. We're gonna get rid of these print statements. Yeah. This should be a dictionary. Or I should correct this to. This just should be a load. Just simply load it. So the transform step. And let's get on with it. So. Yeah, there we go. So we've extracted. These are all the clients from Texas, Joe and Joski and Gigi. This is the transform typo of all our people from Texas, Gigi and Joski, and this is them sorted by age. The same for all the people that have the same shared age. Just group them together. So we have a Gigi and Joski group. And my mistake was calling transform twice instead of load here because load transform processes a list, and I was passing in basically a process type. So you can think about this like you have a tap and you're putting the tap into itself, or a hose, right? So the wrong data type being passed in. I need to do this properly more often. How long? How many minutes does that take? Oh, basically almost an hour. Sheesh. Rusty in it. Importance of proofreading. I should have proofread that. Anyway, where shall we go next? I'm going to mark coding as done. But that was coding for yesterday, so I need to do this double time. Okay, switch up, switch up, switch up. On that foot, man. Optimizing Docker containers. I'm just experiencing small. Start backwards. Use the app engine. Oh yeah, I would. What Rudy does, what Germ does. Or what you're interested in. What project? Testing guild. Finding the right product that fits current skill set and ambition. Finding the right project that fits my current skill set and ambition. Well, that starts with being exposed, right? Optimizing Docker containers. Wants to improve building CI/CD. Thinks that C's Argo 4 as a pattern. So there's like what you want to learn. And then there's the opportunity of what you are learning, how you can apply it. Basically, concept and practice, or theory and practice. Where it's aligning. How much do we know enough to do? You know. How much do we know enough to do something? Well, that's cloud engineering. You're locked in. Hey, we're switching gears though. Switching gears to some cloud computing, and I'm going to switch to book reading. But I should probably do like a review of the cloud computing because I need to start streaming so that I can sleep early and switch off again afterwards. 213. What is up with the music? These organizations can change, improve their IT infrastructure, standard cloud, on-premise, private cloud, public cloud. So 3PHM, right? 3PHM. On-prem, private, public, hybrid, and multi-cloud. On-premises. What advantages? It's not dependent on third-party access. Hosted on site. Located and operated in organizations' data center. There's no payments for ongoing access. Okay. Because you bought it, so that makes sense. Limited by physical space, difficult to scale. Requires more computing resources than is allocated / used. Okay. Who's this? Oh yeah, it is. I said, is that the guy? Okay. Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Those two side by side. Oh, that's the group. Okay, shift. Well, that's an hour, right? So I should probably switch out. I should probably switch out. 15. By this weekend, we should reach like 20 hours of deep work. Although I would question how deep were those 20 hours. Not so deep. Not so deep. That is what I'll try to change. I'll check this tomorrow. I'm going to go on mute for a minute. I need to write down what do all of these things mean. What's the difference between scalability and elasticity? I know that doesn't make much sense, but right now I'm on a different browser portal. I can't show it because of copyright stuff. Well, yeah, in cloud, what's the difference? Let me take a memo note here. Bro, what's up, country? Yeah, man, work hard, play hard. Self-service, scalability. What's the difference between Hmm. That's five. That's 5 minutes. How much have I trying to think about? Self-esteem. Every minute you spend feeling so. Look at that. Every minute you spend feeling sorry for yourself is another minute not getting better. Dang. Yeah, stop bitching, huh? Remember this when you question or 7 weeks. Yeah. My self note is funny. Was telling me I wasn't always. Sometimes the emotions you feel are a product of the messed up past, yes. No matter what. What? Damn. I'm feeling. Good job. The only thing that matters is the present moment. Yes, I think it's important to acknowledge our feelings, but not settle or dwell in it too much. You know what I mean? Like when we are inevitably feeling down or bad or sad or depressed. I mean, depression is a different thing for people, for different people. But when we're in the low feels, the only way to sort of push through that is sort of some form of action. That's what this book is trying to say at this point. What is this muscle ache? Probably from my bench press yesterday. Thumbs up. I think that's it. There's one more task, which is goals. But I'm not going to linger on that too much. I think, yeah, I'll mark the rest as failed. Today's one, I'll give a check on it. Alright. Boo, this sucks. Why don't you check Vada's stream, man? He might be playing games. I'm using this as a way to set accountability because when I start streaming this, I can look back and take into account all the time. It's an excuse to spend more time playing games afterwards. But it's also a self-accountable way for me to check myself. I really don't expect people to tune in, other than, you know, to say hi and stuff. Yeah, that's it. I should do a summary, but we're way past time. This is over 1 hour, so I'm gonna end this stream and then switch over to the game. Bye, country. Thanks for stopping by. You too, Joski. Be easy. Peace. Next up is my hero. I'm gonna hit the gym first.